Hello, how everybody doing? Thank you for stopping past and viewing my station. This message is for Aquarius for the month of April. This is your astrology and oracle message. Hope it help you out throughout the month. So let's talk about the cards I already have laid out, right? So what I have laid out from the astrology point of view that came out for you, Aquarius, we have lunar eclipse. So we're going to get into the marination of it together. Alright, because I just really pulled the cards. When I saw it, it kind of was like, whoa, how do I explain this? But hey, I wanted to keep it the way, a certain way. So, you know, what actually was said to me was it's like the evaluation. So it's like right now in an astrological point of view, Aquarius is traveling. It haven't quite got a destination yet. And the best way to try for me to be able to translate the astrological point of view, it's not about Aquarius being only the moon sign. It's about paying attention to how Aquarius land on the moon cycles. That is seemed to be the imperative part for the Aquarius that this message will reach. It's all about it's all about the cycles, especially when it's representing change. The cycle itself is going to bring change. So every month, you might want to peep it out. See how it goes through the cycles. What seems to be the significant cycles for you. This might be a period of a journey. Another reason why I say that is because the oracle message that came out is, who in the world are you? Now, saying that just a few minutes ago when I was reading it, it didn't really ring as much as it did when I just said it. Like, who in the world are you? You know, it could be confrontational words, meaning you never know where you might be yet. You could be the aggressor up in this situation. You might be in a rush. Somebody might be before you. And they like, who are you? You know? Who are you supposed to be in this world that I got to move quicker because you in this establishment? It could mean also more on a deeper aspect. It still goes with the lunar, but on a deeper self perspective, it could actually mean a developmental stage. It could mean that somebody could be having an Aquarius. So with that being said, okay, being that we is in April, right? Let's see, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So you're talking about potentially maybe around in the May-ish time possibility. It might be a pregnancy coming up. May is June. It could be on one of those eclipses. Far as example in developmental, it could just mean that you might be affected by these eclipse that's coming with life-changing events that's really circle around you. So it might be something that you need to pay attention to on what are you manifesting, how are you trying to go. Have you been visualizing improvements as far as your career, your social life, your love life, or any of those different areas of your life? Have you been thinking about them, pondering on them? Is it something that you want to experiment? Could it be questions that you might not be ready for the answer for? But at the same time, you want the answer, so you pondering on it, meaning it could be dealing with your insecurities. And your insecurities just might be more intense at certain moon cycles. So, that's kind of like on just a general part of it, right? I'm still in the general, I haven't changed. But what I did do was pull out some cards that helped me talk about this message. So what came out is the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. All of these cards do have, to me, after bringing them back around to get into focus with them for this reading, all of them have significant purposes, meaning, the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, right? And with the Four of Pentacles. So, like I gave an example before, it could be something that your insecurities could be going about. Maybe it is your securities, maybe it's your intuition, and maybe your intuition is developing. And maybe the lesson that it's all about is, what is your reactions? Are you paying attention to your reactions? And since this is a growth process, is this a class session? Is this something to prepare you? And how deep are you going to let it mold you? Especially from an intuition point of view. How many times is your intuition on point? Because insecurities and intuition work hand in hand. Sometimes it's very hard to define the two of them, because it's all about the way that you approach it, where you perceive it, the situation, how you feeling inside. There's so many factors that goes along, the influence of how you share it, whether you're reaching out for advice. What is those people saying? Those things will lead one of the ways. It will, cause those things to prompt up. So, in understanding that intuition, insecurity is a side effect that really does go along with it, in my personal opinion. So, and that's what this Seven of Cups and the Page of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords is all about. Even if it's about the birth, you might say, how's the Ten of Swords? Because if there's a birth that's going to occur, you really going to change. How much are you going to change? Could it be that it's trying to prevent you from having postpartum situations? Because you might be walking in with a postpartum attitude, meaning you might not be ready for this child, or 4 or 5 months down the line something affects you and you might become feeling guilt. Why am I bringing a child in this world? Or am I suitable to be this child parent? Once again, that's still intuition and insecurities. It could be also your child communicating with you, preparing itself, the energy that's radiating through, that's preparing this child for its journey too. How secure or how willing, you feel like you're a good person, you try to do good for people, and then it's all about this baby. And it might not be your first child, it might be more than one child. But how did you pay attention? Did you think this way? Did you think that way? All of those things are factors for you. And once again, that's where the lunar eclipse come in at. Because it also represents the home and family when we're thinking about the moon. It's just being able to walk through the shadow world with the shade of the darkness and the way the moon eclipse from full moon to new moon. So all of those is a factor in who's going to be there. Your protective insecurities could be coming up a little bit more when it's going closer to the new moon. It's different interpretations, and that's a lot of the Seven of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. The Ten of Swords is basically the outcome. How are you going to handle it? Is it going to be a smooth thing? Yeah, I mean, it's no bloodshed. It's just items pinned up here. So how you really recording it? I think really having this recording ability to take notes and feel yourself and feel how secure you are, and maybe not be so submissive or hiding. Yeah, you might know that somebody is going to look at your book and you record. Maybe you have one of those book in that location for that person, and some of those feelings that you cannot tell that person since they want to be nosy, put it in the book. There's always different methods of recording that could take a place in it. And that's where the Queen of Pentacles is. It's almost like, definitely if it's all about lesson and maturing and progressive, it's all about nurturing and watering that plant. It's about to manifest. It's a preparation stage, especially when I see the Ten of Pentacles after the Queen of Pentacles. It's something that's in preparation. The Queen of Pentacles is just almost like more of the warning. How far do you want it to manifest? How far do you want this situation to go? You here at the Ten of Swords, you have that choice. Then it's up to you how you're going to bear it and see how it's going to continue to go along for you. So, that's, in an overall, basically Aquarius is that motivational energy. It's a free entrepreneur motivation. It comes with rules and restrictions because you yourself going to put those boundaries there, and they're going to be coincide with the laws that you have, your vices, your virtues, and that's part of the Queen of Pentacles part of it too. So Aquarius is going to have that influence, right? So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to shuffle this deck up over here. I'm going to take 2 cards, one from the top and one from the bottom after I finish shuffling Aquarius. The one from the top is going to radiate the energy that you should be more aware of. You might know or catch yourself putting this energy out. The one from the bottom is going to be what you might not know that you radiate out, but you contribute to it. Okay? So let's do this. Now I'm going to get a clarifiers, okay? Can I get a clarifier for the Eight of Swords, please? Can I have one clarifier for the Eight of Swords, please? One clarifier for the Eight of Swords. One clarifier for the Eight of Swords. Now, may I have a clarifier? One clarifier for the Queen of Swords, please. One clarifier for the Queen of Swords, please. One clarifier for the Queen of Swords, please. One clarifier for the Queen of Swords. Okay. So what you might be aware of is the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles in your energetic field that will be radiating out. So you going to be aware of your nonchalant attitude, meaning that what it's saying is Aquarius going to have the ability of knowing when to be nosy, when not to be nosy. Is very particular in far as what you radiating out. You're gonna know the difference between your nosiness. You're gonna have great discernment of what you should involve yourself in. If your discernment get to the point where you like, dang, I tried to walk away, but I'm going back, you meant to go back. And that's that part of that self-discovery where I was talking about far as the top energy go. That's the part of keeping your data notes of those moments that's coming that way, because it's something that's going to add up to a nice, maybe small, maybe big, not really sure. That's going to be how you determine it, going to be how you interact with it. But you definitely going to have great discernment with this Eight of Swords and this Ten of Pentacles. Your discernment going to be great, even when you think it falls short. But once again, like I told you, that's that intuition, insecurity part of it. So, I'm just bringing it down and transforming the language a little bit, because you got to have discernment with your intuition and your insecurities. So you definitely need to pay attention to that. And that's something that you're going to push out. So being that you pushing that out and it's aware who's going to get affected by it, how they're going to get affected by it. It doesn't mean that it might not be confrontational. It doesn't mean that it will be confrontational. It just means that your discernment is your reactor, it's your trigger to others. So it's you're in a relationship, for example. Somebody's starting to feel like y'all drifting apart or y'all not feeling together. That's because your discernment is so strong, and your intuition and your insecurities is strong with it. It's just the way you processing it. You need to find a better way. You want to tame that environment. You don't want to hear about it. You need to find a way to confront them both that benefit you inside to tame that energy and the other people that's around you on that constant basis. So what you're not aware of, how your energy will get tangled into it, is the Queen of Swords and the Death card. So this one of those things of how you move around, how you network, how your profile pictures work on the internet, how you do communication, whether you use nicknames, whether you use your regular name. This is an identity. This is another identity that is within inside of you. And that other identity can be affected. Can it link to the discernment? Yeah, it can, because it's all about how compassionate, how you care about the situation. What is your demands? What is your attitude? I mean, all of those things are going to play a role, but this is your other identity here. And your other identity is aggressive. It has patience. It has patience to plot. It has the skills to strike. It's your aggressive side. It's going to be the side that come out if you're getting bullied. It's going to be meaning if you're trying to leave a situation peacefully, this is going to be your side that has that cunning, clever idea to make you disappear from the scene. It's going to be your side to give you some of the best and top excuses. But once again, because what you radiate out, that discernment and everything, going to play a role with it. So it's like I said, it's your second identity up in the situation here. Once again, I hope this helped out for you, Aquarius. It's all about what you want to. You definitely going to go through changes. You definitely is going to go through that. How you want these changes to stay permanently is really the overall goal through the month of April right now. It's probably a little bit more longer than that, but right now I'm just supposed to be doing an April 1. But, messages are fluid, Time is time based on time. So, I do know the clock is spinning here. So, make sure you do what you got to do. Think about everything the way that you want to handle it. And make sure, even in the quickest part of it, that you maybe could minimize all the risks, consequences, whichever one is the better choice of word, or both of them might be, depending on the event that's going on. They could be used interchangeably. Just pay attention to it. And good luck to you throughout the month. Enjoy. Till the next time.